Today I am going to discuss about types of solar collectors and wind power generation. Solar collector collects the solar radiation and transfers this solar energy to fluid passing in various contacts. Solar collectors are made of copper, aluminum, steel and coated with black cake powder to have high absorption and low emission. Generally, the sun is the primary source of energy. The energy from the sun that reaches to the earth is called solar energy. In this method, the solar radiation is converted into heat energy, which is further converted into mechanical and electrical energy. This solar collector system results the temperature is about 150 to 500 degrees centigrade. Actually, in that the solar collector, the temperature we are getting 150 to 500 degree centigrade. But here the solar collectors are classified as flat plate collector, parabolic and then concentrating collector. It is similar to the thermal power plant. In thermal power plant, that is the steam energy is converted into electrical energy. In the thermal power plant, the temperature is maintained from 250 degrees centigrade to 500 degree centigrade. 250 degrees centigrade to 500 degrees centigrade. But in the solar power plant, that is the solar radiation directly converted in the form of electrical energy. Here the temperature is maintained from 150 degree to 500 degree centigrade. Based upon the operation, the solar collectors are classified as flat plate collector, parabolic collector, and then the concentrating collector. Actually, the absorption of the solar radiation in atmosphere due to the presence of ozone, water vapor, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxygen, nitrogen, so on, etc. Actually, in that the space, the solar energy is released huge amount of the power. The huge amount of the power is available in the space. That is, actually in the space, the available energy is 3.7 into 10 to the power of 26 watts. 3.7 into 10 to the power of 26 watts. But it reaches into the earth surface only 1.7 into 10 to the power of 17 watts. 1.7 into 10 to the power of 17 watts. These all the complete the 1.7 into 10 to the power of 17. It is not reached into the earth surface. That is absorption in the solar radiation in the middle of the intermediate stages due to the ozone, water vapor, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxygen, nitrogen, and other the material. But finally we are reaching into the earth surface very little bit. But here the solar radiations are classified into three types. One is for direct radiation, diffuse radiation, another one is for global radiation. Global radiation. Direct radiation means solar radiation received at the earth surface without change of direction. If the sun is called direct radiation or it is represented for beam radiation. Direct radiation, another name is nothing but beam radiation. That is without absorption, without scattering anything. Directly, that is from solar radiation directly is reached to the earth surface. That is nothing but the direct radiation. Diffuse radiation means the radiation received at earth surface from all part of the sky hemisphere is called diffuse radiation. It absorbs in the middle of the stages. That is represent for diffuse radiation in the form of ozone layer or water vapor or lesser due to the other gas like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. That is some amount of the scattering particle absorbed is nothing but the diffuse radiation. And global radiation means it is sum of direct and diffuse radiation is nothing but the global radiation. That is the combination of direct and diffuse radiation is nothing but the global radiation. Now, the solar collectors are classified into flat plate collector, parabolic collector, concentrating collector. This is the flat plate collector. It consists of transparent cover plates. This is the major component in the flat plate collector. Absorber plate, it absorbs the solar radiation. Fluid tubes, and based upon the capacity, wattage capacity, the fluid tubes are increased, insulation and then casing. In flat plate collector, which absorbs solar radiation and converted into heat energy. Converted into heat energy. Now, here the insulated container, this is that insulated container which reduce or eliminate thermal losses from the collection system. In flat plate collector, generally the temperature is maintained from 50 to 100 degrees centigrade. 50 to 100 degrees centigrade. Generally in the 50 degrees centigrade in winter and 100 degrees centigrade in summer. In flat plate collector, the temperature is maintained from 50 to 100 degrees centigrade. That 15 degrees centigrade in winter and 100 degrees centigrade in summer. And the overall efficiency in this the flat plate collector is that is 30 to 50%. 30 to 50%. Actually, this is flat plate collector is used for the low power generation, but the medium and then high power generation they are used for parabolic and then concentrating collector. But maximum they are preferred for the concentrating collector is used for high power generation. Here the applications this flat plate collector is used for the temperature the range 40 to 100 degrees centigrade, that is used for water heating, space heating and the space cooling and then drying. Because the temperature is only 50 to 100 degrees centigrade, that's why it is used for water heating, space cooling and then drying purpose. And one more advantage is there is no moving contact. Actually, this is the observed, that is either direct radiation or diffuse radiation or the global radiation. In this, the glass cover observed the solar radiation. These fluid tubes collected this the solar radiation and given in the form of liquid type or directly converted in the form of electrical energy. And the next one, the parabolic collector, the shape in the form of parabolic shape. That's why it is represented for the parabolic collector. Here the tube is there. The solar radiation observed in the parabolic collector. This the tube is collected in the form of water or directly converted in the form of thermal energy. Actually, in that the solar power generation, always the sun rises in the east and sunset on the west. Sun rises in the east and sunset on the west. The solar panel, that is either flat plate collector or parabolic collector or concentrating collector, it is placed in the direction of east-west combination or north-south combination, but maximum they are preferred for the east-west direction. This is always the solar ray, sun rises in the east and sunset on the west. Actually, this is nothing but the stand. Here, never they are placed for 90 degree. The solar panel not placed in the 90 degree. It should be tilted at an angle. It should be tilted at an angle. That is either 15 degree centigrade or 30 or 45 degree centigrade. Never it is placed in the 90 degree centigrade. If you place in the 90 degree centigrade, it is observed only few time period. That is, we can generate the power only 1 hour or half an hour period. But here, the solar energy is not continuous and constant power generation and generate the less amount of power That means we are generating only power in the daytime. We can't generate power in night time. And another one, we are generating in the if the climate condition is changed, means we can't able to generate the power. That is, in the rainy season, during cloudy days, we can't generate the power. And on an average per day we are generating 4 to 6 hours. On an average per day we are generating 4 to 6 hours. That is, solar energy is not continuous and constant power generation and generate the less amount of power For that purpose, here morning time we are placed in this direction, that is the sun rays it is presented. From 8 to up to the 11 o'clock we are generating the power. After 11 we can't be able to generate the power. For that purpose, the only here we are generating 2 hours per day. That is, after 12 p.m. we can't be able to generate the power. Again, some of the inverters they are going for the solar tracker tracker. In this, the solar tracker, the bottom of the structure, they are placed on induction motor. Based upon the solar rays, this is the PV panel is rotating. By using this method, in this the solar tracker, we are generating the power throughout the day. We are generating the power throughout the day. Again, here some amount of drawback is there. In this, the driver motor, that is nothing but the induction motor they are using. Sun rises in the east, the PV panel is placed in this position. Slightly again it is rotating the afternoon. Again the evening it is rotating west direction. That is heat collecting element, the parabolic mirror, and then direct normal radiation. In this method, in this the solar tracker, we are generating the power in a day maximum 4 hours. That is 4 to 5 hours period. But here one more drawback is that now in this the rotating part, generally in the flat plate collector there is rotating mechanism is there. With the help of the solar tracker, we are using the small induction motor. This is the rotating mechanism is there. Due to that, the maintenance cost is increased and a number of the problem is arises. To avoid that one, at present they are used for MPPT technique. At present they are used for the MPPT technique, that is the maximum power point tracker. In the maximum power point tracker, which observes the two parameter, that is V and I. That is power is a product of voltage and current with respect to the power factor. That is P equal to VI cos pi. We are assuming the unity power factor. We are assuming the unity power factor theoretically. That is the power is a product of voltage and current. But the practically the power factor is 0.92 or 94, 96, 97 or 99. Never we are getting for unity under practical. But theoretically we are assuming unity power factor. Suppose if in the particular point the voltage is available, the capture this one, generating the power. This is the maximum power point tracker. It tracks, it observes any one of the single point position, the voltage and current is available. It tracks, it is based upon the VI curve, based upon the VI characteristics. But at present they are used for the MPPT technique. This is act as a solar charge controller. Solar charge controller. That is at present simply it is represent for MPPT charge controller. This is one of the method wherever the solar radiation is available very less. How some of the places the system is practically used in the Gujarat. In this the rack they are placed for the water bottles, filled in the water, the fully in the water bottle, and they are closed this the PV panel. This the solar radiation observed that heat particle is entering to the water body. Again the temperature is prolonged for long period. Due to that, actually only in this the PV panel we are generating the power 3 hours. Now they are placed here the n number of the water bottles with water at the top, they are closed for the PV panel. Due to this the water converted in the form of temperature, due to that we are generating excess 1 or 1.5 hour power. That is we are generating the 4.5 hours power generation. 4.5 hours power generation. This system is already practically implemented and working. Next one is the concentrating parabolic collector. The concentrating collector is used to heat the fluid up to about 500 degrees centigrade. Up to about 500 degrees centigrade. Generally for power generation they are placed for the concentrating collector. Nowadays for agriculture purpose, pumping the borewell, they are used for the concentrating collectors. Here the types of the concentrating collectors are flat plate collector with plane reflectors, compound parabolic concentrating collector, cylinder parabolic, and parabolic disc collectors. This is nothing but the parabolic disc collector. In this the concentrating collector, the center, the midpoint is there. Here the whole the solar radiation is comes, that is direct radiation, diffuse or global radiation, and the capture this, that is it observed for the complete the solar radiation. Now you can observe here, this is nothing but the fixing of the concentrating collector. For mathematically it is representation x square equal to 25, y in the sense that is nothing but the 5 units, y is nothing but the 5 units. Now generally the flat concentrating collector is used for the high power generation. The temperature is maximum. Generally in that the PV panel, The temperature is maintained from 150 to 500 degrees centigrade, but this concentrating collector, the maximum that temperature is 500 degree centigrade. We can generate the power in terms of megawatts. And the main advantage of the solar panel, the installation cost is more. That is the one drawback. And the maintenance is very, very simple. The maintenance cost is very, very less. And the manpower requirement, once the construction period is over, only 1 or 2 person to run the complete the solar power generation. That is, the maintenance is very, very simple. We need to remove the dust particle, just pour the water and clean. Just pour the water and clean. In the rainy days, the maintenance is also not required. Maintenance is also not required. This is the IV characteristics of the photovoltaic cell. That is current with respect to the voltage characteristics. Now, this is the power is a product of voltage and current, that is P equal to VI. I can observe that is the 1 amps and then 20. Now here we are getting 200 watt per meter square. Once the voltage and then the current is increased, means the power rating is increased. That is 1000 watt per meter. This the characteristics is taken at 25 degree temperature, at 25 degree centigrade, at 25 degree centigrade. The temperature we are taken for 25 degree centigrade. Once the temperature level is increased, again the losses is there. Now the solar radiation is some certain limit only we are generating for the huge amount of power. Beyond it crosses the temperature, again the losses is there. Again the losses is there. We can't generate the maximum amount of power. Now this is the one more IV characteristics. Now this is only the represented at 1000 watt per meter square. In this the characteristics here taken for the different temperature, Now you can see here the 10 degree centigrade, the power generation is maximum, and if 25 degree centigrade, 40, 60. Now once the temperature is increases higher value, the power generation is also minimized. Power generation is also minimized. And the advantages is it does not pollute to the environment. The fuel is available in the nature, the free of cost. The fuel available in the nature is free of cost, and it does not pollute to the environment. It is not released for the carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and sulfuric oxide. With the help of the solar panel, it is not released for the radioactive substances. But only drawback is the initial cost is more, and the power generation is not continuous and constant power generation. Power generation is not continuous and constant power generation, and required for large open space area. Required for large open space area. These are the drawbacks of the solar power. That is solar panel. And one more thing, in this the solar PV panel, like it is like a array, n number of rows and then n number of columns. This is the PV panels are there, n number of rows and n number of columns. The individual it is represent for the cell. Individual is represent for the cell. Complete is represent for the array. Complete is represent for array. If any one of the cell is damaged, complete the PV panel is useless. This is one of the major drawbacks. Now there is no research is going on. Now few of them are started the research to replace the particular cell, but it is not successful. Once it is successful, means this is the very, very advantageous, and the cost is minimized. Here the top of the display is represent for the positive layer, and the bottom is represent for, sorry, top is nothing but the negative layer, the bottom is represent for the positive layer. Suppose if under construction period, under the working mode of operation, if any damage is occurring in this connection also, the complete the PV panel is useless. And the each cell the voltage is 0.5 to 0.6 volt. 0.5 to 0.6. That is the each cell, the capacity of the voltage is 0.5 to 0.6 volt, and the current in terms of milliampere. The next topic is the wind power generation. The wind energy is used to provide mechanical power through wind turbine to turn the electrical generation. That is The air movement of the earth surface is caused by unequal heating of the land and water by the sun. In the wind power generation is classified for two types. One is for the horizontal axis windmill, another one is for the vertical axis windmill. How they are represent or how they are classified? A horizontal axis windmill and vertical axis windmill means based on the shaft position. Based on the shaft position. Here, the horizontal axis windmill is rotating only in 180-degree direction, but the vertical axis windmill is rotating in 360-degree direction. 360-degree direction. Now, first we will discuss about the horizontal axis windmill. In the horizontal axis windmill, the basic components is this is the blade. There is nothing but the blade and the rotor, pitch control, braking mechanism, low speed shaft, high speed shaft, gearbox, generator, control mechanism, anemometer, yaw drive, yaw motor, blade and wind direction. Actually here we have discussed this is nothing but the horizontal axis windmill. In horizontal axis windmill, the wind rotating only based upon the wind direction. That is only it is rotating for 180-degree direction. 180-degree direction. Blades are made up of fiberglass. Generally, most windmill have either 2 or 3 blade mechanism. 2 or 3 blade mechanism. But few of the horizontal axis windmill is available. 4 blade system, 5 blade system is also available. But generally, the blades they are used for 2 blade system or 3 blade system. And this is nothing but the rotor includes the blades and hub together. The rotor provides pitch regulation for power output mechanism. In this, the pitch that is turns the blade based upon the wind to control the rotor speed. This too high, too lower produce the electricity. If small amount of the wind is also available, we can generate the power with the help of the pitch mechanism. The help of the pitch mechanism. And the braking mechanism, it is a disc type that applied for the aerodynamic. Now here the various component is available in the horizontal axis windmill. This the horizontal axis windmill is rotating only in the direction of this 180-degree deflection. 180-degree deflection. And here the structure is tall. The structure is tall. This the blade is attached to the hub and the rotor. The all part is attached to the hub. Now the anemometer is used to measure the wind speed. The anemometer is used to measure the wind speed. So how much the wind is available, that is either 100 rpm or 30 rpm or 1000 rpm or maximum it is 1200 rpm. But the wind speed never we are getting for the 1200 rpm. It is in between 30 to 100 rpm. 30 to 100 rpm. That we need to bring from 1200 to 1500 rpm. That is the low speed shaft. Another one is for the high speed shaft. Here the shaft position is horizontal. The shaft position is horizontal. For that purpose, this is represent for horizontal axis windmill. In this low speed shaft, based upon the rotating of the wind blade, the power is generated. That is here. In this the low speed, the rotating is 15 to 30 rpm. 15 to 30 rpm. After that, it is attached on the high speed shaft. It is attached on the high speed shaft with the help of the gearbox. With the help of gearbox. Under low wind speed also the power generation is constant and the same amount of the power we need to generate. That means here in this high speed shaft it is rotating, it should be carried from 15 to 30 rpm. It should be bring that is 1100 or 1200 to 1800 rpm. 1800 rpm. And this the braking mechanism, if the high wind is there in the rainy season, the wind is maximum. Now the load is 0. The load is 0 ampere and the battery is also fully charged. The battery is also fully charged. To increase the lifetime of the wind mechanism, this the braking mechanism, it is completely captured, not rotating for the wind blade. Not rotating for the wind blade. And the yaw control is required. Here this is only rotating for the 180-degree direction based upon the wind. Observe the yaw motor and rotating this the yaw drive mechanism, rotating in this based upon the wind direction, that is either east, west or north or south direction. And this is nothing but the structure is tall. And lastly, this is nothing but the end of the covering body to protect all the components. The one end is nothing but the hub. It is fixing of the rotor and then blade, and the end of the covering body is protecting with the help of nest. The wind vane, it is measured for the based upon the wind direction. Based upon the wind direction, the wind vane is rotating. And the next one is nothing but the vertical axis windmill. This is the horizontal axis windmill. Next one is in this the horizontal axis windmill. The hub is the fixing of the rotor and then blades, and the speed gear of mechanism, low speed shaft and then high speed shaft. Based upon the demand, always the power generation is constant. Now the controller is there, which controls all the mechanism, and given into the step up transformer boosts the voltage given into the grid mechanism. Here all the monitoring, the control system is there, operating and monitoring all automatic operation. Again, here two methods is there. One is nothing but the on grid system, another one is for the off grid system. On grid system is without the battery. Off grid system, with the help of battery, they are stored. Here the wind is which converts the kinetic energy into mechanical energy, further converted into electric energy. That is, here the output of the wind is AC, but in the solar the output is DC. In the wind is the output is AC. Now this is the same. This is a rotor and the blade is attached on the shaft. Now whenever the blade is rotating attached to the low speed shaft, this rotating only 15 to 30 rpm or 60-70 rpm, that converted into 1200 or 1500 rpm with the help of high speed shaft. Now the gear mechanism is used whenever the load is not available, to improve the lifetime of the wind mechanism. It is with the help of the braking mechanism, the system is for shutdown. Generally, the wind power plant is constructed nearer to the seashore area or middle of the sea, because in the end of the seashore area, the wind is high, the wind pressure is maximum, and middle of the sea is also the wind pressure is maximum. This is constructed in the middle of the sea. Now in the hilly areas also they are constructed the windmill, because the wind velocity is more. This the horizontal axis windmill we need to place only for wherever the wind velocity is maximum. Initially they are tested for the wind velocity. Where the wind velocity is available, the particular places we can construct it for the windmill. That is away from the airport, away from the populated area, because the noise is more and the visual impact is available. This is the drawback. And it is available for 2-blade mechanism or 3-blade mechanism. And the vertical axis windmill, this is the vertical axis windmill. Based upon the shaft position, it is represent for the vertical axis windmill. In this, the vertical axis windmill, the structure is short comparing to the horizontal axis windmill. Here, it is rotating for 360-degree direction. This is the vertical axis windmill we can place at any places. We can construct the vertical axis windmill. And here this is nothing but the mechanism. Here it is available for turbine and then alternate. It is similar to the horizontal axis windmill, but the shaft position is represent for the vertical, and this vertical axis windmill no need for the yaw control. If the yaw control is based upon the wind direction, the rotating for the wind blades. But here in the vertical axis windmill, it is rotating for 360-degree direction. This is not for the only wind direction, it is rotating for the any of this direction. And the power generation is also low comparing to the horizontal axis windmill. Now you can see these are the various vertical axis windmill available. This is 5-blade mechanism, 2-blade mechanism, and n number of, and the structure is also different. Now, this is another method of the vertical axis windmill. In vertical axis windmill, the power generation is minimum. And the noise is 0 to 10 decibels. But in the horizontal axis windmill, the noise is 50 to 60 decibels. but the starting wind speed in horizontal axis windmill is high, that is greater than 3 meters per second. But in the vertical axis windmill, the starting wind speed is low, that is 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. And in the vertical axis windmill, the fan speed is less than 1000 rpm. For the horizontal axis windmill, the fan speed is greater than 1000 rpm. But this is the comparison between vertical and then horizontal axis windmill. Vertical and then horizontal axis windmill. In horizontal axis windmill, the shaft position is horizontal, that's why it is represented for horizontal axis windmill. The vertical axis windmill, the shaft position is vertical. Here, in this the structure, the top position is fixed for the complete mechanism, that is low speed shaft, gearbox, high speed shaft, so many things. But here, the bottom they are placed for the control mechanism. It is rotating only in the 180-degree deflection, but the vertical axis windmill is rotating for 360-degree direction. It is available either single blade system, 2 blade or 3 blade, based on n number of system. Here also the structure is different. But here it is tall structure. This is for the short structure. Vertical axis windmill, we can place any of the places. No need to measure for the wind velocity. It is not affected for the bodies. But the horizontal axis windmill, we need to place only in the wherever the wind velocity is maximum. At the particular place only, we need to generate the power. That is end of the seashore or middle of the sea. There the power generation, that is wind velocity is more, we can generate the maximum amount of power. And in horizontal axis windmill, the wind direction is performance dependent on direction, only for the particular direction, that is it rotating for 180 degree. But in vertical axis windmill, the wind direction performs in any direction, that is it is rotating for 360 degree mode. These are the various, the difference or comparison between horizontal axis and then vertical axis windmill. Horizontal and then vertical axis